Hello, everybody. I am Anthony Crane with Pocket Coach. So let's get going on today's experiment. Let me start my 5-minute timer. Start. Okay, let's see what we can get done in 5 minutes. So today's experiment is product metrics or KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. So people are really excited about this topic, and I definitely am. We're going to have a later video about more about metrics and how to not misuse them. And we're going to have a video on equip. But for now, let's get into this. So what is the problem here? We need to know what product work and experiments are making our products better. The way we develop our products is an experiment, and the very features we add to our products is an experiment as well. So there's two kinds of experiments: improving the way we work or flowing new features. All of those, they're experiments because we don't know if it's going to be better, if the customers are going to like it more. So either way, it's an experiment. We need to make sure that when we flow new features in or we change the way we do our work, we know whether that's actually improving our product. This is the most important set of metrics of all, but they're the slowest ones to move. So we have lots of leading indicators. We have team acceleration metrics. We have agile transformation metrics, right? We have all kinds of leading metrics, but these are the place where the rubber hits the road. If these don't move, we wasted all our money and time on all those other things that we've done. So we have to measure these, but they take time, unfortunately, to move. So we need those leading indicators. If the leading indicators don't move, these are probably not going to move either. If the leading indicators do move, now we can be excited that these might move. All right, so here's a problem we're trying to solve with this experiment. We need to know which experiments are actually making our products better. Experiments, again, features or ways of work. Hypothesis. If we create product KPIs and we trend them over time, this will allow us to get telemetry on which features and which team acceleration experiments are actually making a difference. Okay, we have to trend them over time so we can see how things are going. This is a 6-week at best experiment. Pivot or persevere every 2 weeks. If this experiment works, you should see your KPIs. Maybe you've never even had them before, and you should start seeing them get better, right? Which is the whole point of measuring these things. But they don't get better because you want them to get better. They get better because you flow the right features or you made the right team accelerators. Skill growth. So to get your ranks in this particular experiment, you've created a set of balanced KPIs for your product, and you have tracked them for a couple of periods of time. If it's quarterly, then 3 quarters, and now you got 3 dots, you're good to go. Okay, that's why 6 weeks is kind of, I think, maybe short. My shirt today is called Shipwreck. It's got a Kraken on it, and let's get into the good stuff. Okay, so first off, we will have a separate video to go deeper on equip, but it is the name of the technique. You can Google it and my name, and you'll find an article I wrote on it, although it was called QP back then, QPPE. So basically, this is my hypothesis. If you want to measure any product, anything, it could be a team, an agile team. It could be a product. It could be an organization. It could be a portfolio. Anything you want to measure can be measured using these 4 thoughts. Engagement. How well are our targets engaging with our thing? So if it's an agile transformation, how much are our teams engaging with agile, right? If it's a product, how much are our users or customers engaging in our product, okay? Quality. How good is our stuff? Predictability. How good are we at hitting our numbers? And in fact, we've recently reversed this order on these two. So let me do that real quickly here, right before your eyes, improving our products. Okay. So productivity is how much do we get done, and predictability is how good are we at forecasting and hitting our forecast. Okay. Now, of the 4, productivity is the one that's easiest to measure. So people love to go for that. Problem is, you need the other 3, or else bad things happen. If you only focus on productivity, engagement goes down, quality goes down, and predictability goes down. So we have these 4 measures are designed to balance each other out. That's why they're so great. So what you want to do then is, for your product, think about how would you measure these 4 things. And that's the fun part. So pick your product or your team or your agile transformation or your portfolio or whatever else you want to measure, and apply this to it. So in the equip video, we'll go deeper on that thinking. For today's video, how do you apply this to product? Okay, so I'm almost out of time here. For the second 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and apply this to an example, a product example. And that example is going to be the the Happy Meal. Now, I don't have permission to use that, so hopefully I don't get in trouble, but I'm a big fan of the Happy Meal. Did you know it was invented in Guatemala, which my mother lives there, and it also, McCafe was invented in Guatemala. I'm very proud of them for two very impactful product lines at McDonald's. So I'm going to use that as my example because of my love, and I think because a lot of people understand what it is. It's a little meal for kids. All right, so let's get into the example. I'm going to reset my timer for a second, 5 minutes. And then I believe we may not even need the whole 5 for this. Maybe we will. Okay. So first off, engagement, right? How do you measure engagement of the Happy Meal? What telemetry could tell us, right? So pause the video, give us some thought. Here's what I would think. Revenue. If people are engaging in the Happy Meal, they're buying it. So I think that is the easiest one for a product like the Happy Meal. Okay. Next, quality. How do we know if the Happy Meal is good? Well, we could do complaints, right? If there is a complaints line, is that, and again, remember, we're trending over time, revenue over time, complaints over time. Another thing you could do is create a bot to look for negative tweets, right? Or social media posts. Again, we're always going to get them, but is it going up? It doesn't matter that we're getting them. It matters, but it doesn't matter that we're getting them because we're always getting them. The question is, are they going up or are they going down? That's why the trends are so important. Okay. Returns, right? If there's people returning Happy Meal, I don't know if that happens. That'd be kind of weird. Okay. The actual execs at McDonald's might have a better answer to this than I do. Productivity. Okay. Productivity. One way to think about productivity is cost, time, or scope. Those three things, that the iron triangle of project management, really are what we mean by productivity. How much, this can also be throughput. Okay. We'll talk again more about this in the IDEEM video. I'm sorry, in the equip video. So looking at these things, what could we say for the Happy Meal? How about cost to produce? How much money does it cost us to make a Happy Meal? Trending over time. Is it getting more expensive? And if so, by how much? And how is that keeping up with inflation, right? Time. Well, that one's kind of weird. But if we look at throughput, we could say, how many do we produce per quarter? And is that going up or down, right? What is our ability to manufacture Happy Meals? And we can compare that to consumption. How many are being consumed, right? And are we keeping up? So those might be some metrics under productivity. Finally, we have predictability. Okay. For predictability, again, first, it's all of these over time, right? Revenue. It's one thing to say it's going up, but maybe it's going up a lot less than we thought it was gonna. So predictability might be revenue growth goal, right? So while revenue has been going up, showing engagement is good, it's actually less than we had hoped it was going to go up. And so predictability is our ability to forecast and hit those forecasts. Same thing with cost. What was our cost forecast? Same thing with complaints, right? What was our goal for complaints? So our ability to set a goal on these other three metrics, how did we do against that goal? That's what predictability gives us. Also, anytime you trend over time, you're also addressing predictability. So by putting trends over time on all three of these other metrics, you are also nailing predictability at the same time, but this allows you to set goals and ask yourself, how good are we at setting those goals and hitting those goals? And what is it that gets in our way of hitting those goals? Those things can make our products much stronger by looking at that. And it's fine to set a big, hairy, audacious goal, a BHAG, or a big, audacious goal. I prefer, because I don't like the hairy parts of BAG. We can set big goals, but when you do that, you can't punish people for not achieving them. You have to really focus on what are the things that got in the way of achieving the goal and then improving that within our systems. Okay, so there you have it. There's my example of applying equip to products. So hopefully you guys can do the same now. Take this same model of these 4 ideas. If you don't like this model, come up with another one, but take them and have a model. And now you can apply it to every product you have, whether it's an internal product, whether it's an actual product, whether it's an agile team, an engagement. I have to measure my engagements, etc. Okay. So there you have it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.